Welcome to the media chat room where the celebrity headlines are talking. Yep, K-Dot, this last one is for you, when actually the whole song was really meant for you. Now let's go ahead and get into their weird beef, which is not beef, but then again it is beef. So their first collaboration was in 2011 on Drake's Take Care album. Kendrick was on an interlude called Buried Alive. Then in 2012, Drake took Kendrick Lamar on his Paradise tour with him, along with A$AP Rocky. And of course, when Kendrick Lamar dropped his album, Good Kid, Mad City in 2012, Drake got a feature with the popular song Poetic Justice. But things took a turn in 2013 when Kendrick Lamar was featured on one of Big Sean's songs called Control. But basically, he called out every rapper in the game saying that he was trying to murder him on the beat. Now, there was no slick dissing and no coming sideways. He named everybody who he thought had bars, which included J. Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electron, Tyler, and Mac Miller. Now remember, this was on Big Sean's album and he named Big Sean. So it wasn't intended as beef, but Kendrick definitely let everybody know who he was coming for. And it really made a lot of noise, making everybody talk about, again, who is the best rapper alive. And clearly, Kendrick thought he was that dude. But Drake said, ... no. So when looking at it, he really actually gave a backhanded compliment, saying, dude, you good and you popping, but you not the best. And it was just kind of downhill from there. Because again, remember, Drake took Kendrick on tour with him, in addition to featuring him on his album, and he had not signed a major deal at that point. So Drake kind of felt slighted. Here's an interview that Drake did addressing the verse.
That verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs and it was all love. So it's like, he didn't come on there on some wild, like, yeah, I'm in New York, everybody don't look at me. Like, I'm the king. So it was things, it's like, I almost wish he had come in there on that shit. Kind of lost like a little respect for the sentiment of the verse. If it's really for everybody, then it needs to be for everybody. It just can't be halfway for the sake of the people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's just how I feel.
Yeah. And that verse was used to actually divide everybody, always pitting them against each other as number one, which ultimately broke up the relationship between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, leaving everybody to really question personal relationships. But over time, everybody consistently said the top three in hip-hop were J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake, naming them to be the big three. So on the Future and Metro Boomin album, the song titled Like That features Kendrick Lamar, and he clearly positions himself as number one again. But in saying that, he says, Mother F the big three, Ninja is just big me. So not only is he saying F the people that people are comparing me to, he's doing it on the album that's meant to come for Drake. Kendrick also says, and your best work is a light pack. Ninja, Prince outlived Mike Jack. For all your dogs getting buried, that's okay with all these nines. He gonna see Pet Cemetery. So Kendrick's saying, you don't even really come hard when you think you coming. And you might have was the first one to do it like Michael Jackson, but I'm gonna be here long after, like Prince. Cause ultimately the best is the last one that's standing. And anybody that's with you, they getting buried. By K-Dot, who a K9. Cause I'm a big dog, period. And all those dog references tied into Drake's last album, For All the Dogs. So let's go ahead and get into Drake's response. The diss song by Drake is titled Drop and Give Me 50, which signifies push-up. And this is why people are saying the song is mainly directly targeted at Kendrick Lamar, because a few months ago on the blogs, he was seen doing backyard push-ups. So here are some of the direct shots that were sent to Kendrick. You won't ever take no chain off of us. How the F you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? This the bark with the bite, Ninja, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Extortion, baby, whole career you been shook up. Which is referring to Kendrick's small stature and the flop of his last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He said, I'm barking back at you to let you know that I'm ready to bite. And I'm out in the open with it, so you know I'm coming for you. He also said, I'm your motivation. Every time you go in the booth, you gotta see me because I'm what you strive for. Your last one, Brick, you really not on-ish. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. Pull out your contracts because we got to see the split. The way you doing splits, your pants might rip. Okay, so here he's talking about a contract. One he had with his old record label. And his splits for profit is so tight, he ain't got no room to breathe. You better do that mother effing show inside the biddy. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. So he's referring to the two collaborations that he did. One with Maroon 5 and one with Taylor Swift. You ain't in no big three. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. So we're going to go ahead and pin this because SZA does respond. Like your label boy, you in the scope right now. And you going to feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight right now. Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hype down. So he's playing off the word in the scope because that's the record label that Kendrick is signed to. which is over the record label Aftermath. In addition to him saying that what I'm saying is gonna be pressure, you gonna feel everything I'm saying. You mad because I'm number one at the top of the mountain, and in order for me to address you, I gotta come down to your level because you the best at the bottom. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the F is this, a 20 versus 1, ninja? What's a prince to a king? He a son, ninja. Get more love in the city that you from, ninja. So Drake is basically referencing when Kendrick was talking about Michael Jackson and Prince. And the truth of the matter is Michael Jackson's legacy is even bigger now that he's dead. Even though Michael Jackson died before Prince. And he big son in him. Saying you could go ahead and be Prince, but I'll be Michael because he was the king. And that statement is proven even more so because I get more love from the people in your city than you. So Drake went in because then he started to reference Kendrick Lamar's fiance. I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. He's really referencing the bodyguard with Whitney Houston. But like I said, Kendrick's fiance name is Whitney. And although he said Whitney be with the bodyguards as if she's smashing them, I think he's really just referencing to the fact that he's protected like Whitney was in the bodyguard. So you really can't even touch me if you tried. And that effing song y'all got did not start the beef with us. This ish been brewing in a pot. Now I'm heating up. I don't care what Cole think. That ish was weak as F. Champagne tripping. He is not effing easing up. So I told y'all when Kendrick said F the big three, J. Cole responded to the diss in a song called 7 Minute Drill. Dissing Kendrick Lamar, but then going on stage and publicly taking it back. To only then have the song removed from streaming platforms. So Drake saying that little weak song you put out, that ain't what started this beef. I've been feeling this way for a long time. So I don't care what J. Cole apologized and said. That's him, it ain't me. I'm standing on business, your stuff is whack. And people around here saying Champagne Poppy is tripping, but he ain't easing up. His foot is on the gas. And he ain't letting up. He said, cornball, your show money is merch money, feed to us. I'ma let you ninjas work it out because I seen enough. So Drake like, I'm a big deal. The money you out here making from shows, I make it from people buying my merchandise. And even though it took all y'all to come after me, I done seen what y'all had to offer and it ain't nothing. Now y'all, I'm sure when Kendrick Lamar heard this, he was probably excited. Because ever since he stepped into the rap game, he been asking people to compete against him. Because in order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So if people around here thinking that Drake is the best, it's time to step in the ring. Now, as of right now, Kendrick Lamar has not replied or responded to the diss. But he know that everybody is waiting. So I think he's really gonna take his time with this one. That is, if he responds. Because y'all remember, this is not the first time that he's actually went at Drake or anybody. So really, they responding late. So if I had to guess, I would guess that him and his team are strategically thinking of the right time to drop something. Because at the end of the day, the rap game is a business. So they have to find a way to capitalize off of this moment. Because like I told y'all, everybody so far who is in this beef has profited. Go check out the previously uploaded videos. I told y'all Future and Metro Boomin has announced that they're going on tour. And Rick Ross is promoting his annual car show. So Kendrick better go ahead and get things popping so he can hop on the gravy train. And girl, believe it or not, he actually kind of got like a little home court advantage. Because earlier this week, someone dropped a diss response back to Drake using AI and posing as Kendrick Lamar. And they can actually use people's responses as a way to determine how they should go ahead and respond to this diss. Now, Chatty Patties, it's time to hop in those comments. Let me know what you think about this whole entire beef between everybody. Do you think most of this was a misunderstanding, or is it everybody just ego tripping? And with the diss records already being made, tell me who y'all think had the best diss record so far. But most importantly, I want to know if y'all think Kendrick will reply back. Do you think Drake went too far by mentioning Kendrick Lamar's fiance's name, Whitney? And now that J. Cole has issued a public apology to Kendrick Lamar, do you think that Drake now has an issue with him? Get in those comments and let me know all your thoughts and opinions. And before you go, make sure you like and share this video with everyone that you know. Also, subscribe to the channel so that you can become an official Chatty Patty lover. And I promise, you're going to love it here. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you know when we drop our next video or go live. Now, Chatty Patty, you already know how I do. First things first, I'm hopping in the comments to see what you had to say. Then it's back to scrubbing the headline so that I can bring you all another story. So that's going to be all for now. And until next time, bye-bye.